August 1st, 12 am. I find myself brushing my teeth after watching Grease for the first time, laughing for how foolish some scenes look, intended or not. I associate this with the characteristical humor of Mr. Funnyman himself. Then, it hits me. A song from his band, Ace of Hearts. It's premiering right now on YouTube. I return to my PC to enjoy the video from the beginning. Maybe shitpost in the comments like we were doing before the premiere in the live chat. Eggs were everywhere. I tried to start a X meme wave. References to the Pussy community were made constantly. I was expecting to partake in this activity during the premiere, but then I pressed play on the song. An oddly familiar sound starts playing. The indie music vibe captivates me. The bass line is just amazing. I shouldn't disrespect this work of art with my shitpost, I think to myself. A pair of hands in blue gloves are posting notes on what seems to be a white table. The notes have the lyrics of the song. It has this gloomy tone. The lyrics don't hit me just yet, but I don't care, as I am amazed by the instrumental aspect of it. The lyrics seem to be about a couple, problems and all that sort of things in regular pop music. I don't pay too much attention to it until the bridge comes in.
You dance like you only in your life. And why write the letters with a knife?
The gravity of the line just hit me. It was then when I subconsciously remembered the lyrics and got more of an idea of the situation presented in the song. I wasn't paying attention, but now I was worried about this character narrating the story. I comment, wow, for how strong I was hit emotionally, and proceed to rewatch, re-listen, and reanalyze what I had just witnessed.
So tell me, how is it your silver lining?
First thing I noticed, the melancholic tone of the chords are not there just casually. The lyrics are really depressing, the person singing is going through pain, and it is clearly reflected by how they express themselves.
While bleeding out the words I never said.
It's the second line in the song. Already we see pain and regret expressed, helping to convey this helpless mentality the narrator will present during the song. Then, they proceed to express their loneliness despite being right next to their couple, a common phrase used to depict a dysfunctional relation that is hurting one or both members in different art forms. Clearly, something is causing these feelings, something isn't right. The next line hits really hard, with so much to say, but nothing new. It clearly depicts a situation when the person has tried to solve the problems but has achieved nothing and resorts to silence, which our narrator mentions as, quote, the only thing that we can talk about. Then, the narrator sings the line, while the note with the same line stays visible for the next minute, something that doesn't happen with many notes, clearly showing a disconnection between them and a likely guilty feeling from our narrator for not understanding their partner. Again, showing this distance between both members of the couple and the reason why our narrator might be feeling this deep sadness. In a situation like this, what hope is there? The second verse starts off with
tracing all the steps I never took.
While showing the hands mess up, just immediately correct the error with anxiety. This builds up. The next line, while reading every line inside the book, has the positive save word instead of line being corrected by a split second to line with a rectangle put in editing. Again, appealing to the idea that a narrator needs to be perfect to not distort the couple. The next line is written in the notes as all the empty pages that you wrote, but the vocals don't quite match. Maybe it's my poor hearing sum up to the fact that I'm overthinking the details to get the story, but I interpreted this line as all the empty pages that you ruined. It might not be right, but it could be a reference of how they have lost a lot in that abusive relationship. But how do I know it was an abusive one?
Tell me how to be what you need.
Since I know my negligence sometimes can be unseen.
Whisper with words stuck in the
Let the silence
past.
be the comfort that will make it last.
That chorus really paints the picture. The narrator asks for directions, as they are not understanding the problem. They blame themselves, calling that disconnection negligence, and the silence again steps in, showing even further the fact that they do not work as a couple. And, what's worse, they have resorted to not affronting it, presumably that being the narrator's partner's fault, in an act to try to benefit themselves. While this is sung, the anxiety of the person with the gloves becomes more visible, as they misplace the note with the lines, words stuck in the past. The note saying, seems to be, is replaced with another one with the same line in smaller letters, probably signifying the fear of speaking up. Then the note saying, the only, has a doodle where the word only probably was originally. probably in representation of anxiety. Then the bridge kicks in. The anxiety shown in the hands of the gloved person is higher than in any other point of the video. All words are a separate note, and some don't even land on time, nor on the side they should. Meanwhile, the lyrics sing the most sad sounding part of the whole song, accepting that they are in a bad position, and showing us how the partner did what I interpreted as manipulation, in the line that hit me the hardest while listening for the first time. But then, this line hits. It is sung as the light turns on. The music starts to sound loud and cheerful. It is then when our protagonist is hit with a graceful silver lining. The song goes on. Finally questioning if the relationship is worth it or even good, fighting against the human instinct of wanting to stay with the group regardless of quality, and overcoming one of the hardest situations life could present you, as shown for how the note saying "darling" was scribbled out. With a capital and big I in the corresponding note, a narrator recognizes that they deserve more and finally stop caring only about the abuser they were being controlled by. Then, the song ends in a beam of hope, amongst a dark time, showing that it wasn't a better place, but there was still a silver lining. I've been mysterious about this being an experience from Jacob himself, but it is because I don't think it contributes to the song itself, nor it is a worse experience listening to it knowing that or not. But it is a fact that he gave us, and the reason why there is so much heart into the song. I'm a fan of this work, and his music in general, and I believe Jacob outdid himself here. Some of the things I wanted to mention but couldn't fit in the main video are that I realized and love how the part where he says, "What is your silver lining?" is completely out of tone with where the song is telling you are going. Doing a sad resolution that you won't expect the first time, but it makes sense. We are talking about a silver lining, not a happy place, just a beam of hope during a dark era. The drums are always going fast, probably symbolizing the anxiety of Jacob, and well, I also realized later on in the production of this video that the line doesn't say "you dance like you want you to end your life" with that big manipulative idea that the partner is telling the main character that they are gonna kill themselves if they are not doing what they say. Not literally like that, it actually says "you dance like you want me in your life." So it's actually questioning everything since that point, but I totally missed that while writing the script. So yeah, I just realized that I misheard that part entirely. Also, I love the style of the instrumental, and I couldn't avoid to compare it to the works of sorts like Galileo Galilei, now known as Bear, Bird, Hare and Fish, or Apocalyptica, more specifically Anything But Love, for obvious reasons, those being two groups I adore. I really like this piece of music, and will be listening to more Ace of Hearts. Hopefully, this will inspire more people to look into their work. Alpharad, if you watch this, thanks. Also, that bass line is pretty cool. I love it.